Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Publicly Buzzed Live. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. On Tuesday night edition. See, the chat is already filling up quick. Thank you all for being here. One thing I have to do is make sure y'all can actually see it. Hopefully, hold on. There we go. Need that right there. Boom. No, wait, that's the old one. There she is. Let me pop out this chat just real quick. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Again, on a Tuesday night. Yeah, going over, again, some of Rex Heuermann stuff. Today, the J-Bo Nation, Jay and Shannon had an absolutely insane day on location, in front of the house, at the presser, on location, on the street corner, roaming around, making connections. I think Jay works for the Daily Mail now, possibly. Holy shit, what a crazy day. Let me just get this in here real quick so everybody can actually see the chat when I pop them up. Boom, there we go. Let's see, who else in the chat tonight? What's happening, everybody? Going back up to the top here. Austin Rains, thank you for coming in here. Mod tonight. Elizabeth, thank you for being here. Kristen C. Wildside, Juju, CW, Holly Berry. We'll give you one out the gate, Holly. Joni B, Shannon, Viv, Bella, Gigi, full house. Thank you all so much. Still rolling down through here. Debbie, thank you for being here. Joanne, everybody. Thank you guys all for coming and hanging out. Appreciate it. Yeah, what an insane day. Renee, hi from South Carolina, new name. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Aspiring court reporter. Yeah, Disney nerd. Everybody coming through here. Appreciate it. Thank you guys all so much. Did I see Ricky Cougar back in here? Yes, Dan's in the chat as well. We got a good one. But yeah, one thing I'm definitely going to be looking at is the actual on-location footage of our man Jay hanging out, doing his thing. Boom. Crazy. All right, what we witnessed today... Let me make sure my mic is good. Yes, it is. What we witnessed today was absolutely amazing. I am incredibly pro-independent media, okay? Now, what we witnessed today was them trying to strong-arm anybody that doesn't have a fucking press pass out of this area. And what we saw, an MVP coming from the Daily Mail. I got to stop talking shit about the Daily Mail, first of all, because this lady named Ruth just came through and helped out Jay and Shannon tremendously, helping them get through the gate, get past the yellow tape, and into the actual area where very few eyes and only real media with these precious credentials we're going to be getting, right? Boom! Right past that with quick wittiness from not only Daily Mail's Ruth, shout out to her 100%, but also from Jay and Shannon themselves. Crazy day. And anybody that even goes back and watches this stream, I'm telling you right now, it's amazing because you're getting the behind-the-scenes stuff. You're getting to see these guys getting powdered up, hanging out all day. Both streams. One where they're hanging out all day long, but also this stream when they actually get to the house and the presser on it. It was amazing. Like, I seriously can't rave enough about this stream. The connections, the networking, okay? Running into snooty reporters from actual networks thinking they deserve this space. No, you didn't get here early enough for the shaded space. I'm worked up over it, baby. It was an amazing day. Holly Berry coming out the gate, gifting 5 memberships. Boom. Thank you, Holly Berry. What we got here? Joanne, Tangled Crochet, Pam H, Bobby Hansen, Tina B. Oh, getting it, baby. Let's go. Beers in the chat. Let's go. Boom. Lace them up. Boom. Line them up, rather. Thank you all. There we go. See them pop out. Thank you all so much. And Holly, MVP of chat, queen of chat. Boom. I'm a bad man. But absolutely insane. I'm going to play a little bit of it. And Dan mentioned this on Twitter, and we're going to show it. And we're going to get into some stories too. I got multiple stories here lined up.
Rex Heuermann was living. The
But again, props to my motherfucking homie. Homies! Okay, mom and dad! Getting in this location. You're getting, again, to see... I'm just going to mute it and let it play. You're getting to see, again, in real time, these stories being made from a behind-the-scenes perspective, right? He wasn't even supposed to... How amazing! Again, I can't rave enough about what we've seen. Again, this is from somebody that is truly hardcore independent media. If you have a camera, you are press nowadays. It's not the same as the old days, okay? It's just not. With social media today, one more, huh? I don't think so. Okay, this was freaking amazing. Got shots that were exclusive shots. Also, mind you, insane. My mama coming through. Hold on now. Give me the loot. Rich Buddy grabbing one up.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Boom. Let's get some beers out there for our buddy here. Some satisfying pours there on the camera. I always like to block out. We'll do it again. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mountain Mama. Appreciate that. Always coming through, modding up as well. Much appreciated. But I just could not get over what we witnessed today. And honestly, from the J-Bo Nation, quite frankly, it was wild. It was crazy. So yeah, actually getting to the presser here a little bit. Real quick, and I don't know if I can find it right off. I think I can get pretty close because it was near the end right before they left. But they get asked for their credentials or, a press pass right at the end.
Around the corner, which way, guys? This has...
And Shannon just goes right into beast mode and does an amazing job. Right in here, I believe. Unless I missed it. It would be hard to just find outright, maybe. It's near the end. If anybody wants to go back and check it out, Dan mentioned on Twitter, it's seriously a badass power move. I guess this was before this. I guess the police lady, that was originally checking the credentials, was sweeping back around, checking, did I check you guys? And she just busted right in and said, oh, yeah, we're with Ruth with the Daily Mail. Don't get it twisted. It was amazing. I'm probably not just going to be able to actually randomly find it on this giant stream, but it was awesome. And shout out to Shannon again and Jay for just being amazing today. But yeah, the actual press conference that came down through today, there isn't a lot to update. I found some cool stories here that were actually being tweeted out. A few different people here. Actually, and I found an actual story from Our Lady Ruth as well, which was published today on Scene. So yeah, a couple of different things to actually look at. But yeah, they wrapped up the actual warrant at the home after being there for a long ass time, searching through this fucking house. It's in their intense search of the Gilgo Beach murder suspect Rex Heuermann's house. The 12-day hunt for evidence that involved ripping up the yard, which we've seen the pictures and the drone footage of. And shout out to Nerdy Addict also, who was there after being in South Carolina at his brother's property, popping up behind the scenes on Jay's stream as well. Shout out to him, and I think he's going to be coming on our stream Thursday. Thursday should be dope. I think I'm going to have Shannon and Jay and Nerdy Addict on here for sure. Really having a boots on the ground stream, kind of talking about everything that these people boots on the ground. We're actually there in person. Addict not only in South Carolina but coming to Long Island, and then of course Shannon and Jay being in their backyard. So Duck does, thanks for coming through here. I hope I said that name right. Appreciate it. Anybody randomly coming through here before I get deep into this, also please like this stream. Helps us out in the algorithm here on YouTube. If you're not subbed up and you're digging what you're seeing, please sub up. Hit the 3 little dots on the side and make sure all notifications are turned on so you don't miss any videos. Dropped a new video today. Any live streams go live fairly often, and then of course any community posts. And again, appreciate everybody for coming through and hanging out and supporting Publicly Buzzed here. But yeah, they were looking for something on this man's property, and I'm sure this isn't over. Again, he has other properties as well. Again, they were searching the storage units, but this one was an intense search, and they did find, now there was a little bit of confusion about a soundproof room, and I think there's still some confusion here, because from what I was reading, there was a vault found, and even his coworker said that he took time off to build this vault, a concrete vault with walls that are 2 to 3 feet thick. Okay, that still sounds probably pretty soundproof to me. And then I heard one of the reporters today actually ask, was it a big enough room to walk inside of? And they said it was. So that's still pretty alarming, honest to God, if you ask me. Still seeing a lot of people pour through here. Welcome, guys. Thank you for all coming through. Really appreciate it. I do have this on the right thing. Yes, I do. I could probably blow it up a little bit bigger, maybe. Something like that. At the press conference outside the home where Heuermann lived with his wife and 2 kids, Suffolk County District Attorney Ray Tierney said police had found a tremendous amount of information during the search. So yeah, they're kind of saying basically that they have found some information, but they're really saying it's going to be a long time to basically cipher through this information. There's a lot of stuff here. One article that I am just going to jump over to real quick here, and it's from the Daily Mail, but Rex Heuermann's yard throws up its gruesome secrets, mystery bone-like fragments. Again, this was actually sent out by Carrie Rawson, I believe, through Twitter. She's been sending out a bunch of really good tweets about this story. Mystery bone-like fragments are dug up on Gilgo Beach serial killer suspect's creepy Long Island home. And I'm going to watch this video here as well, because this is some of the stuff I saw Bob tweet out about it, possibly clothing material found. And again, these women were all found naked on the beach. So if anything could link them back to that would be interesting. Yeah, forensic cops have dug up mysterious objects in the yard of Gilgo Beach serial killer Rex Heuermann's home. Haunting images showed the officers crowded over a hole in the ground as they surveyed what appeared to be a small fragments on a board in the soil. Some experts speculated that could be human remains, while others warned they could be from animals or something else entirely. That's the thing. We got to get the testing going. Finding it on this man's property is alarming, but you kind of have to really truly know what's going on here. Investigators have been carrying out boxes of items from the house from the past week, and they rigorously hunt for any evidence connected to the infamous killings. They have discovered a huge gun cache. Yeah, what did they get? 297 guns from this vault that they have found here, and are probing the ideas some of the victims could have been butchered at the house. So yeah, let's watch this video here. I'm actually kind of intrigued by this video. Oh, no, there's no sound on it, so we'll just kind of watch this here for a second. Hey, Laura, thank you for coming through here. Appreciate it. Yeah, I saw that, Renee. Yeah, the avalanche was taken from the Chester property. Looking through the chat here just a little bit, guys. Adam Malone, thank you for coming through here. The headline is written like they work for Fangoria. You're absolutely right. A lot of this true crime stuff is very horror-esque. They could be horror writers, I believe. Brooklyn, what's going on? Looks like ancient Aztec pottery or bones or tattered clothing. It's hard to really even make out what we're actually seeing, even though we're right over top of it. And again, this is probably coming out of the ground, so it's aged, I'm sure. Yeah, Carrie is fucking awesome. Absolutely. Such an insanely unique perspective of the daughter of BTK, right? Like, and to be involved in the true crime community this close and this tight-knit of a community and having her a part of it is fucking awesome. Got MJ coming through here. He kept trophies. See, that's what they're really looking for here. And that's what we're not going to find out for a while, I'd imagine, which is going to, be frustrating. Pics of Chester property. I took a bunch of close-ups from Nerdy Addict's drone footage. Been studying over and over. Oh, interesting, Renee. Yeah, and I had seen his footage as well, and he's done an absolutely amazing job getting out there again. For lack of a better term, boots on the fucking ground and out there doing the damn thing, and getting those interviews. What with the neighbor, with the brother in South Carolina, absolutely amazing. I see Sam in the chat here too. What's going on, Sam? Thanks for being here. Joanne. Anybody that I may have missed, I apologize. Love life and true crime. What's going on? Looking back up here. What's happening, everybody? Yeah, just going over the Rex Heuermann. Anybody coming in here late, randomly hanging out? Anybody lurking? Going over the Rex Heuermann updates that we found, which isn't a lot. You know, there's a whole lot of new stuff coming out currently, but you know, yeah, because even basically what they were telling us today is basically going to be hurry up and wait. Now, here's a close-up of what's happening. It's hard to see what this is. I mean, is that clothing, possibly? Is it fucking bone that's just dirty as fuck from the ground? It really is hard to kind of tell. And here's a story from our MVP, Ruth, right here. Gilgo Beach grief tourist will be slapped with $150 fine after Rex Heuermann's neighbors complained. Now, this is what we were kind of hearing literally in real time from Jay's stream today, which was interesting. Them giving them, like, you guys have a press. You guys have 1 hour to get your photos, to get your videos, to conduct whatever you guys need or think you need to do. Because after that, you're going to be kicked out. You're going to be fined and potentially possibly arrested. We'll read Ruth's article here. And again, go follow Ruth on Twitter as well. I guess part of the fucking nation now, guys. The 59-year-old architect was taken into custody again. We know this on July 13th. Since his bombshell arrest in Manhattan, the once quiet block where the married father of two lived has become the scene of a media circus and a popular destination for crime junkies. Dozens of people from all parts of Long Island and further abroad have been seen stopping to catch a glimpse of an active crime scene. So that is the difference between what was really going on today with, so let's call them sleuths, right? Addict, Jay, Shannon out there doing the damn thing. Part of an actual part, you know, that's where it kind of gets mixed up, because you have the press, and you even seen them there today kind of getting pissed off because who are these folks out here, these unprofessional, no, these folks out here are press as well. They're trying to get to the bottom of this just like everybody else, and I trust them a little bit more. You know, not always. They're not all, that's why you have to know who you're dealing with in independent media, but that's why I love and trust independent media, especially people that I know greatly, you know, and have trusted and put my time into following their stories, and you gain trust in that, and that's exactly what's happening with Jay and Shannon, and hopefully here at Publicly Buzzed as well. An independent media outlet is a must today because it's so easy to get, you know, and it's maybe not so much with this story with corruption, but it happens in all walks of media, and I think that this is fucking awesome what happened today. I know I'm ranting about it again, and I can't get enough of it. Shout out, absolutely killing it. And I did a video and used some of that footage. I put, you know, made sure I gave him absolute props in the description of that as well. Dozens of people from all parts, again, yeah, coming over to check this out. But locals say the influx of visitors has made their lives hell, and they're fearful of how much worse it'll get when police conclude their investigation of the property next week. Residents gathered at the Massapequa Park Village Hall on Monday night and were promised by Nassau County Police Commissioner Patrick Ryder that they'd get their community back. Ryder spoke to 25 to 30 people who were there to find out what to expect after Gilgo Beach investigation, you know, closes today. The county executive has made it very clear that we are protecting the neighborhood. Mustache is trying to climb on my nose here, and we are not allowing this to turn into a sideshow, he said. If you don't live on the street or visiting someone on the street and are there to stop and take pictures or break the law, you will be issued a summons. No questions asked, he says. He gave out a number of residents should call if they are expecting visitors to the block, and stressed that those that do not belong there will be issued a fine of $150. I'm going to trust my professional police officers. And you know, for the first little bit here, it's going to be laced with police officers. Tree Baby Tennessee coming through here again. Love that name. I think I said that last time. Kaylin coming through here as well. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it, guys. I'm going to trust, yeah, and like I was about to say, I bet it's laced, you know, lined up with cops right now, still in front of that house, or at least a few waiting for people. And you know, there's going to be people still lurking, still maybe even potentially trying to fucking sneak into that house. I could see it, dude. Today, for a video, the way shit is now, that would go viral so quick. We were kind of joking about it with Jay, but man, I could still see that, quite honestly. So I'm sure they're going to be keeping an close eye on that. They also plan to keep traffic moving. This is a community where there are a lot of kids playing. We got to give them back their streets. Some residents shared their angst about the daily chaos that has invaded their lives. They said their driveways have been blocked. And that's what I've been thinking this entire time, honestly. How terrible it would be to be one of the neighbors living on this street. Like, and I get it. And what I've heard, it seems like, this is a little bit just saying something else. And we're getting days into it now. So they've got to be getting frustrated. But at the same time, from the early stories I was seeing and hearing was essentially that they were happy. Let's go. Let's get this going, right? We want justice for the victims here, which I think is the correct, outlook to have. Even if it is disrupting your daily life, I know that's frustrating and that sucks. Blocking your driveways, trampling your lawns, trash left behind. Our neighborhood was outraged when they discovered a bottle filled with what appeared to be urine. See, that shit's going to be happening too. People are disgusting and they suck. Just to be quite clear. Others have tried to take the law into their own hands, one person going as far as to put up their own crime tape, smart, while others have turned up their sprinklers or placed metal barricades in the front of their homes. Among the throng of visitors, the macabre location was Mackenzie Richards, 29, who was on her way with her pet pig to visit her mom in New York when she heard about Heuermann's arrest. Next thing you know, here we are, and she was hanging out with a pet pig there. So yeah, I get it, and that's definitely going to start happening, or hopefully doesn't continue to happen, especially if the word gets out there that they're going to be getting charged these fines. But at the same time, man, people today, you're going to get that TikTok, you're going to get that Instagram, you're going to get that short, you're going to try to fucking go viral with this shit. That's what people do today. It's crazy. Holly Berry going to come through, gifted up one more, baby. Who's going to get it? Whoa, nice. Linza Bell. I'm going to get it right now. Holly Berry, not playing tonight, baby. Give it to me.
Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
I'm a bad man. You're going to get a little bit of Leahy also here.
I'm sober enough to know what I'm doing, and I'm drunk enough to really enjoy doing it,
baby. Yes, 5 more coming out. Oh, shit. Holly's in rare form tonight. Daniela coming through. Who else? D. Smalls, the Chick Antique, Amanda, Erica Ramsey. Boom. We ain't done, baby.
Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
Boom, baby.
I'm telling you like it is.
Love it.
Baby.
Thank you, Holly. Holly Berry does not mess around, folks. If you are new here, make sure you have memberships gifts turned on. That way that when people start popping out these gifted memberships, especially Holly fucking Berry, give the beers. And anytime, and new people here as well, if you're not used to it, when we start seeing memberships flowing like water and wine here, folks, we start flowing the beer out. So pop those in chat. Boom. Drinks as well. We got a J to back it up, baby, for anybody that might be a little 420 friendly. Again, thank you all so much for hanging out and being here tonight. Again, as we dig into this horrible case, quite frankly, which I'd imagine is going to be slowing down here soon because we're just going to be in the hurry up and wait game. Let's get through Ruth's story here from the Daily Mail. Our new friend, Ruth. Cameras will be placed on the block and there will be vehicle, and traffic enforcement to ensure the chaos is minimized. Ryder reassured to residents the cameras will be hung from poles and placed there indefinitely, he added, saying they are not covert cameras, they are over. So they want you to see these fucking things. Listen, don't be coming in this neighborhood, trying to get your pictures, trying to get your souvenirs. He cautioned, we will be watching the street to make sure kids are not climbing through the yards and taking pictures of the property. It's private property. And I get it. I'd hate to actually live on this street, especially right now. And did anybody hear the story about the neighbor? There's been multiple neighbors that had altercations with him, but one of them was interesting. It was a guy who was standing on his porch just hanging out, and he heard mumbling, someone approaching his home, not a direct neighbor, but approaching his home. And I think it was a Daily Mail story as well. And basically mumbling about girls. He basically... This man on the porch didn't know what he was saying and essentially thought, because he had a wife and daughters, and he's like, who the fuck are you talking about, buddy? Like, he spoke up pretty loudly. And we've kind of heard the personality of Rex, right? Huh? He likes to be the loudest guy in the room and try to use his size to intimidate folks. So in this moment, what does he do in this one that I read? He goes straight into, whose car is this? Whose car has been blocking the street? I'm going to be back over here to slit these tires. Probably thinking whoever said that's going to be, oh shit, I done fucked up. No, this man did not think that. He's like, you're too close to my fucking house. You're talking about girls. The only girls I know are my fucking family, my loved ones. So this dude did not. He said, buddy, what the fuck are you talking about, basically? And ran him off. Not only ran him off, followed him. Now, this is, again, the account from the story, but followed him back to his house because he said he wanted to know, he felt so uneasy about this situation, he wanted to know where this individual lived, and that's Rex Heuermann that I'm talking about right now. So follows him back to his house, and then finds out where he lives, then goes back, again, he said he's going to be back to slit his tires. He doesn't know there's a fucking crazy man. And he said even when he was following me, think that he jumped over a fence and kind of like started hiding, trying to... Rex Heuermann was a fucking bully, I guarantee you. Anytime anybody probably actually stood up to him, I bet he backed the fuck down because he instantly realized that he wasn't the baddest motherfucker in the room. Or on the street in this case. But this guy went back to his house after this, right? Freaked out. Doesn't know who's going to be coming back with what. Whether it's a knife or a gun or whatever. We know the guy he didn't know at the time that he had all these guns, but we know it now. And we know that he's all fucking kilter. So this man goes back to his home and is just freaked the hell out. Basically, he said he had sleepless nights for 5 nights. He would stay out on his porch all through the night waiting for something to possibly happen. So I thought that was a very interesting and telling story, especially if true, coming from the Daily Mail about fucking old fuckface here. So, interesting. Looking through the chat here just real quick. Thank you all again for hanging out. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. Oh, yep. Where you at, Dan? Where you at? Dan's hanging out in the old chat. He's not on the camera, Caleb. Call him out. Let him know about it. Yeah, Adam. Yep, that story. Yeah, the guy was basically like, let's fucking go, right? Stevie Irwin in here tonight, too. Mandy popping in. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. Denise, see you in here as well, hanging out. Yeah, guys, if you haven't hit that like, hit it up. Hit that like for me. Helps me out. Helps us out here on Old Publicly Buzzed. Boom, 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 boom. Back to Ruth's story. That we commented to the press to being cooperative as well as Massapequa Park residents. News crews and reporters will have access for up to 1 hour today, and we saw that live with our boy Jay and Shannon. Mom and Dad getting in there for not only photo and video ops. Shannon was in there banging out the awesome photos and the zoom-ins from her side of it. The sleepy neighborhood was turned upside down again after Heuermann was arrested, and all of this case, of course, we know goes back quite a while. So, yeah. Let me see. One thing I wanted to play. A little bit of this video right here. But what was cool, again, we were there live and in person with our crew. You know what I mean? J Buzz Nation was there on the front lines today. And again, I know I ranted about it multiple times now, but I can't say how amazing it truly fucking was. Like, amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, them likes roll right on up. And I know it's easy, and I know it gets annoying saying that all the time, but it truly is easy to come in and then forget you've done it, and then you get a reminder, and then bam, that helps us out in the old algorithm here. And next thing you know, more folks are rolling through and figuring out that we're here and they didn't know about us. Thank you guys so much. But yeah, one thing I did want to watch here, I wanted to watch a little bit of this.
Somehow some bad information got out. There's not a soundproof room. There is.
So this is him where he's talking about there isn't a soundproof room. And I think it's just a mix-up in the dialogue that's going on. Because, again, I saw the story of the concrete vault, 2 to 3 feet thick. And then also in this, they say, where they have actually found something fruitful, right? Again, it's so frustrating because we won't find out what that truly is probably for quite a while. But yeah, let's watch a little bit of this video here from Fox News. And yeah.
Somehow some bad information got out. There's not a soundproof room. There is a vault.
Refresh it here.
Somehow some bad information got out. There's not a soundproof room. There is a vault where he secured numerous amount of guns.
Suffolk County Police giving an update a short time ago about the ongoing search in the suspected Gilgo Beach killer's home. Commissioner confirms they found a vault where the suspect stored several guns, and police say they're investigating whether the victims were ever in the home. Let's bring in Nancy Grace. She's host of Crime Stories on Fox Nation and an expert on all things like this. Nancy, what does it
Not Nancy Grace.
tell you that this information got out, that there was a secret room, turns out to be a vault? What does it tell you?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think there's a little bit of a, and I'm actually kind of used to this because of Brian Koberger's stuff, because of the Idaho 4 stuff. It's so easy for people to, like, I think they just dive too deep into the words, like soundproof room. Instantly, what are you picturing? I'm picturing the padding on the walls, whether, think of a recording studio, something like that. I'm not sure that has to be the case, guys. A vault with 2 to 3 foot thick concrete walls, that's pretty fucking crazy. And big enough to store, we got 297 guns in there, but the significant part to me was the question from Press Today asking, was it big enough for someone to walk into? And it was. And it is secured by a locked door. I still think that there's something significant there, potentially or possibly.
The police are looking for in terms of how this room was used.
The police are referring to it as a misinterpretation, like cross wires. According to a colleague of Rex Heuermann's, he had a room specifically built in his basement that was cement reinforced, had cement poured in around it. Then even his wife was not allowed to enter. Whether it's called a vault or a soundproof room, in my mind, irrelevant. What is relevant is what, if any, evidence is found in that locked room. I understand that the back porch, the deck, as many are calling it, is being torn apart tile by tile. And very interesting, they have brought out ground-penetrating sonar. A few weeks ago, I was working with that myself on a cold case. And
oh, shit. Renee coming through said that she'd heard a mattress was found in the vault. I didn't hear that. That's interesting, too.
It does is it kind of doesn't...
And it's easy for, like, folks to... It's so easy to, like, kind of just get this mixed up. And again, it's the way it's worded, I think. And again, I'm way too familiar with it from the little things in the Koberger case to where I think it's something else and somebody else thinks it's something else, or they're hearing. I don't know.
X-ray of sorts is what it looks like, or an ultrasound of the earth in his backyard to determine if it has been disturbed. In other words, anything buried there, not just a body, but souvenirs.
I'm glad you guys are seeing and hearing that too, because that's I almost didn't even say that part of it because I was like, oh man, they're probably going to think that's dumb. But that's what I'm thinking and hearing as well. When I hear about this room, I'm thinking, that still sounds pretty fucking sus.
Body parts, bones. That's what they're looking for now. They're excavating the entire backyard, and they've got their sights on Vegas, South Carolina, and now Atlantic City, and an eerily similar case where bodies were found close together.
You know, Nancy, when we heard about this soundproof room, as it was reported, I mean, this really seemed to be entering Silence of the Lambs territory. But all of the searching that they're doing around the house there is still suggestive of that sort of macabre serial killer. Here's what the sheriff, Dr. Errol Toulon, said about the potential that some of these crimes, or maybe even just one of these crimes, was committed inside the home. Listen here.
We do know that when his family was away, was when he committed these crimes. But the fact that any of these crimes were committed in his home, I do not have any evidence, nor have I spoken to any members on a task force that do.
So he says that there's nothing to suggest at this point that anyone was killed inside the home. And we've asked the question, didn't the wife or family members notice anything? But if he committed all of these crimes, allegedly, when the family, or at least the wife, was out of town, maybe that would give us some indication that she really was in the dark about all of this. What do you think?
If they don't have any evidence that these crimes were committed in his home, then why are they tearing apart the back deck and excavating the backyard? All right? I mean,
they're checking, lady. They got to check. I'm not going to make it through all this one. I can already tell you.
You don't have to be a brain surgeon to figure that out. They think activity, criminal activity occurred in that home. I don't care what he just said in front of a camera. They're tearing the house apart down to the studs looking for evidence. And here's another fact to consider. His wife's hair was found on 3 of the victims. I'm not suggesting she took part in this because I don't believe she did. But her hair was transferred to one of the victims. From where? Either from the defendant.
You know, I'm happy she is cut off. You're just hearing her voice. Laura, right here, members for 2 months. Look at that anniversary coming up. This monster is a real effing sicko. Boom, and you're absolutely right. I'm going to give you one of these. I need to get a anniversary one. That is next on my list, to get an anniversary sound clip, because welcome to the party for new members. You're going to get it anyways. You're still going to get the beers. I love you. Satisfying pours for days. But I do want to get a welcome, or, you know, a happy anniversary one. Get the fucking away. We're going to party about it, Laura. I'm a bad man. Thank you so much. 2 months. And anybody that does member up, we're, you know, hell, approaching 300 members here at Publicly Buzzed, actually. If you're a member here at Publicly Buzzed, you get we've already had the one for July, but one stream a month is 100% members only. The producers of this content in this stream is to you guys. 100%. You know, it's one of these regular streams too. It's going to be a Thursday or a Tuesday most likely. But yeah, you're going to get a members only stream. So yeah, giving back, baby.
Himself.
Love you guys.
Or from the home. Her hair came from somewhere. Another thing, the degree of bondage, torture, rape, and murder, I don't think that happened in his avalanche, in the cab of his avalanche. I believe he had to take some of the victims to a room of some sort, be it a motel, his home, that vault downstairs, but all of that did not go down in the cab of a truck. I can tell you that much. That was a long, extended ordeal. And we now know that torture porn has been found in the home. The point of that is to derive satisfaction from hurting someone else. And I believe that took place in a room of some sort.
Well, speaking of motive and where you drive your satisfaction from it, the BTK killer, Dennis Rader, wrote to Fox. I want to get your take on this. He says that he's got some similarities to the suspect.
And then I saw this right here. Speaking of Carrie, BTK killer wrote in them. Daniel wrote me this earlier about how narcissistic this is. He's like, you know, he's basically me, right? Like he naming off the age and how he got caught by the electronics and living, you know, in the nice, you know, in the neighborhood undetected. Wild stuff.
At age 59, married, 2 kids, husband, dad, longtime a serial killer, stalker, used electronic devices, lives in a neighborhood undetected.
Holy shit, we got another one right here. Holly Berry. I got to get that fucking anniversary one, but you're going to get this, baby. Boom. Love it. 1 month anniversary here. Yeah, I'm not a big Nancy Grace fan either, man. She kind of grinds at the old eardrums, quite frankly. I'm curious to know what the FBI's involvement is. It seemed like the local popo on scene. Yeah, you know, I was surprised. In any article that I read, to your point there, I never read the FBI once. I only read about the state boys, the local cops that were there, and the county boys. I didn't hear about any FBI, any federal agents being there. That's a good point. You would expect they would be.
DNA and electronics, his downfall, much like me. And the sheriff also weighed in on the suspect's personality. I want to play
you're right there.
Well.
He seems like his personality is one that he wants to dominate. He's an extremely large man, not only in height, but also in weight. And I can see just from the few visits that I've had with him that he could be not only an imposing or intimidating figure to women.
So do you see the similarities there, and why do you think the BTK killer would want to inject his name into all this?
Well, number one, BTK, shut your pie hole. I've heard enough of you. You are a serial killer, and I don't care what you have to say, and I don't want to hear it. Sadly, what he said does compare to Rex Heuermann.
I thought she said, sadly, he makes a lot of sense here. After, like, just going crazy.
Heuermann is intimidating. He's about 6'4", weighs about 260 to 280, and he has been described by eyewitnesses as looking like an ogre. That's very disturbing, but can I tell you something really interesting? When cops arrest him on the street outside of his Manhattan Architecture Building. He was meek and mild as a lamb. He said, why? That's all he said. Because finally he was up against someone that wasn't smaller.
That is what I was thinking, Brooklyn, where it normally these serial killer cases instantly involve the FBI because they do go across state lines. Now you're right, that does make sense.
Weaker than him. He likes to torture people. He likes to see people hurt. We saw a picture taken out of a painting taken out of his home of a woman with black eyes. His torture porn is vile. There's no other way to describe it. That's what he's into, and it fits hand in glove with these murders.
All right, Dennis Rader, take note. Nancy Grace has spoken. Shut your pie hole. Nancy, always great to see you. Thank you.
Nancy Grace is something, y'all. That's all I can say. Got one more here, too. What's this one? Massive walk-in vault uncovered in Fruitful. Yeah, the word fruitful, I think, is interesting there. You know, they're not giving anything up at all. Even the presser today that, you know, Jay was there literally getting us right in there on. They didn't give us anything. They're being careful with the way they're wording stuff, you know, basically saying they did kind of hint that something has been found that they have to be tested with, though, right? Again, finding uncovered in Fruitful search. Let's read through this just for a minute. This is New York Post. Suffolk County Police Commissioner Rodney Harris called 12-day search, 12 days of Heuermann's property fruitful. Says he hoped cops would be able to wind down their work either Tuesday or later in the week. There have been some things that we've had to take into custody that makes it fruitful. So that right there, they have taken some evidence, I would imagine, into, again, custody here that they think could lead them to more victims, matching to these victims that we currently know, or maybe into the fourth victim that they're trying to get on Heuermann. Harris said earlier, reports of a soundproof room being found were misconstrued. And even the way they're saying it there, you know, I think that they basically saying soundproof room is the wrong terminology to use there. I think it is a soundproof room because of its structure and how it's made. It's just confusing. There's a lot of soundproof, there's not a soundproof room. There's a vault where he secured numerous amounts of guns, and they're not mentioning the 2 to 3 thick foot walls. That's the thing here. And again, maybe I'm looking too far into that. 100% could be. Somehow I believe the soundproof room and the vault, the message got misconstrued. And again, yeah, he said the vault was secured with a big iron door. I think that's interesting. Now, was there a lock? Was it a digital type code? Heuermann 59 again is charged with the 3 murders, and again there for 12 fucking days. He's also the prime suspect again in the fourth here, trying to get Maureen Brainerd Barnes, who was 25 at the time, found again on Gilgo Beach, same time frame, same time period. See what they say up here on this one. This is just going to be some footage of, I guess, the deck that they were getting a hold of here. You know, leading up to this, I wasn't really sure what was going on. I wasn't sure if this was the vault they were lifting out of the ground or what, but I think it is maybe just the deck here. Now, just the intense. I mean, it's got to be intense doing this large scale of a search. You know, you have inside of the home, which looks like it was a hoarder's type of residence. You got the backyard, which you have to dig through, and underneath all of these different, you got a shed back there, you got this deck back there, and then they also did actually say through ground penetrating radar, it was found that something was disturbed. I think that was the words that they were using, disturbed underneath the earth. So what the fuck was that exactly? Looking back here just a little bit. Fat Baby Toodles. I just want to shout Fat Baby Toodles out real quick. I ain't seen you in the chat in a while. Where you been? What are you doing? Welcome back. Laughing Stock. All these new people, or not new people, all these old people coming back in. Still see Laughing Stock all the fucking time, though. Thank you very much. I've missed PB&J. Steve, I love how you stop the stream before you talk. Love these people. Love everybody. Pookie coming in here as well. Love everybody coming through here, man. Hey, maybe they did find a dinosaur. Maybe they found a fucking dinosaur. Yeah, that's true, Brooklyn. They know the whole world is watching. They want to clear any cold cases. Now, that's also what's happening. That's what's interesting. And I want to hear more information about across the fucking country now. You have the trailer, you got the property in Vegas, and whether the connection of his brothers implied or implemented or whatever you want to say, his name is on some of that property. Okay, how often was he visiting these places? Vegas is really alarming, I think, being right next to the fucking strip, the access to ladies. It's some devious shit that could have absolutely went down and on with Heuermann here. So I don't know, man. I want to hear more details on a lot of that stuff at the end of the day, which hopefully down the line we will. Again, Heuermann is pleading not guilty. I'm going to try not to, Mandy. We don't, if that's what comes out, that would be crazy, They said they couldn't run his DNA through CODIS because in New York he has to be convicted of the crime first. I heard that in the press conference. I thought that was very interesting as well. A law specific to New York here. Ricky coming through. Doesn't seem like there were any clothes buried back there. That has to be what's in the picture. Seems like there were some clothes buried back there. That's what it looks like in the picture that we were kind of zooming in on earlier, honestly. And could, again, those clothes be tied back to any of the victims or potentially new people? And again, right here, Renee, this is, again, justice for the family is ultimately what this is all about. It sucks for this neighborhood getting torn all to pieces. This one specific lot, but really just with all the media and it becoming a three-ring circus, quite fucking frankly, literally, it does make sense because at the end of the day, if there are more, which it seems like there potentially possibly could definitely be in this case, especially with any type of serial killer like this, you want to cross your T's and dot your I's. Oh yeah, Pookie, good to see it. Good to see it. Could be. Never Heather. Never Heather. Yeah. Sing for you a little bit. 99 in here, huh? Everybody hanging out? We just hit 100, baby. Hit that like if you're just hanging out randomly. Really appreciate it, guys. Helps us out here at the old Publicly Buzzed headquarters. Anybody that has not checked out the new video that I put out, please go do so. Give it a like, give it a watch, give it a share. Trying to get that one as well into the old algorithm. Last video that I made, the brother who had one rule, that one fucking popped, and it's because of you guys. That ended up getting it's at 13K right now. Another one before that ended up getting to the algorithm because of you fucking guys coming through and watching these videos. And I know a lot of times the lives come through pretty regularly. And a lot of people do just love live streams, which is fucking awesome. But yeah, check out the videos as well, folks. Put a lot of time into those. Boom. There's the new one. Put that up in the tab. Get that ready to go. Again, Thursday night, we're going to have a good show, I believe, everybody. If I can work everything out, it should be a big house. It should be me, my brother Dan, Jay, Shannon, Nerdy Addict, and possibly Eva. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm trying to get confirmation from Nerdy. But it should be, again, I want a boots on the ground episode here at Publicly Buzzed Live, and I think it's going to be great. Again, we're connected at the hip with Jay and Shannon. They're fucking amazing. Jay Buzz Nation killing it out here, doing the damn thing. All the trials that he's covering. But he, again, thanks to Bob. You got to give props to Bob and Allie for getting them out there, suggesting and poking and saying, hey, get out there, guys. So yeah, I mean, it's amazing. It's crazy. Let's look at the chat here real quick. But yeah, Thursday night, it should be a good show. I should be able to work that out. Shannon popping through here. Jay is asleep. I had to work my other job tonight. Oh, whoa. But wanted to speak for both of us before I pass out. Thanks for everything, Stephen Dan. Thank you, guys. Again, you guys had an absolutely insane day. The fact Jay's asleep makes 100% sense out there in the heat all day long. You guys are fucking amazing. And yeah, I'm going to keep praising you guys to the highest regard here on YouTube and on all the socials. Amazing day. Oh, right here, Tracy. Thank you. Yeah, Jake did so awesome. But yeah, folks, Thursday should be a killer show. Again, I'm going to try to get a full house in here. Dirty Addict, go give him a follow. Jay Shannon, make sure you're giving him a follow. Yeah, Mandy will probably put those links down there below. Friday night for Feral Friday is going to be slightly different as well. We're going to be doing a little bit later. It's going to be a 9 p.m. Eastern start time instead of 10:30. It's going to be also slightly different. Dan is going to start the show with us. He's going to be hanging out for about 20 minutes. He has to then leave to go do something, to go pick up his wife, and then he will be back at about 40 minutes after that. I'm at that time actually going to put a Ricky Returns clock up. And once he returns at midnight, he can then start to partake in the festivities and have a couple of drinks, and then we'll see how we go from there. We'll at least give you another hour after Ricky can get a couple brewskis in him. So at least look to about a 1 p.m. Eastern time run time on Friday night, but it may get wilder than that because you never fucking know here on Publicly Buzzed. And then of course Sunday, folks, just going to lay out the entire week for you. Murder Church, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Absolutely, Shannon, love you so much. I hope I express it on here, honestly, how much I truly appreciate you guys for everything you do for this whole fucking community, because you are amazing. Or Stevie coming through as well. So yeah, it's gonna be, did I say 9? Okay, let me redo it. Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern time, regular time, mega show. Going to have a bunch of guests. Going to be talking this case. Boots on the ground episode. Friday, Feral Friday, 10. I'm messing it up already. Feral Friday special. Start time 11 p.m. Eastern time. And then again, Dan will be hanging out till about 11:20. If I said 9:20, I apologize, till about 11:20. And then we'll be waiting for him to get back about midnight. And then the party will really start. So yes. We'll get her rocking and rolling, everybody. We'll get her rocking and rolling is what we'll do. Huh?
I'm telling you like it is, baby.
Doing it.
Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
This is gun country.
And then again, we'll circle back around for Murder Church on Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time. As this continues to unfold, if there's any updates, of course, you're going to be seeing it from me first, probably on Twitter or the community page on YouTube. I'm all day long actively covering cases, folks. Kaylin, always in there for Murder Church. And I like that we have a little bit of a different crowd for Murder Church compared to the late night shows. Kimberly coming through as well. Welcome. It's cool, and I get it, because again, this is mostly a late night show, but we get some different folks who do get up early, and Murder Church is a little bit of a different vibe. I like it. It's awesome. Keep it rocking and rolling, baby. And again, we keep the house rocking and rolling. Everybody in here has been absolutely amazing. Make sure you're and a bunch of new folks rolled through here tonight, I believe. Make sure you new folks are subbed up to this channel. Mandy, please put Dan's Twitter also in the chat. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much. And put the Discord in there. Make sure you're in the Discord, folks. I try to keep the Discord rolling. Keep the conversation going as much as possible in there. Wow. Again, what a fucking day for, in general, J Buzz Nation, because it's growing and it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy out here. Right here. Yeah. Exclamation point J. Get J in the chat. Make sure you're following. Yeah. Holly. I never seen Holly in church. Where you at? Ricky and Holly are never going to be in Murder Church. They do not come and hang out at Murder Church. So there is that. Put some peer pressure on these fools. That's what I say. Yeah, I think we're going to play it anyways for her just because she's here. She's giving out so many memberships tonight. All new members, welcome. Boom. Thank you, Holly. Really appreciate that. Austin, Jamie, Stevie, Pookie, Mountain Mama, Mandy, Austin Rains, everybody. Thank you all so much. And Allie, maybe, possibly, eventually one day. I get it. I totally freaking get it. I have to work. Now, here's the thing. I'm a late night person. Tonight, I'll probably be up for like 3 or 4 more hours and then get up at like 7:30 or 8 to go to work. I work 40 hours a week as well, folks. It's a pretty intense. I never stop. It doesn't stop. I get it. But Saturday night, I try to get in bed by 1, 2 in the morning, and then I'm up, and then you can probably see it in my eyes, folks. If you really look in my eyes on Sunday morning, I guarantee you can see the sleepiness just hanging out in there. And then slowly we all start together waking up. And, usually it's the content, because the Jeffrey Dahmer insanity trial has been insanely interesting, is what it's been. There it is right there, Mandy popping it in. The rare sightings of Ricky Cougarback on Twitter, folks. Cammy. Love all you guys, seriously. Yeah, just go come in there now. Jay's the best. No, Jay's amazing. The best motherfuckers. The best motherfuckers. Yeah, see you guys Thursday. I'm going to shut this thing down. You guys are amazing. Thank you all so much. Yeah, Thursday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Get ready for a Boots on the Ground episode with a bunch of special guests. And, yeah, thank you very much.
See, we shoot them up bang bang over here. We not scared of their motherfucking ass.